Hey, we're going to talk about Halloween Ends, the final film in the new Halloween trilogy from, what was it, his name? David Gordon Green, I believe, is the director. And Danny McBride is a producer, which is always funny when I see comedians that are going into horror. It just works. So far, it works. Yeah, this is a movie that, I'm just going to be honest, it made Halloween Kills look like a masterpiece. I think I put that in our Discord the day after I saw it. I saw this on Wednesday. Obviously, the movie is out now in theaters. I think it's on Peacock now as well. And I would suggest that if you watch the 2018 Halloween and you watch Halloween Kills, watch this movie. Still watch it. I'm not going to say don't watch it. Still watch it. But I would suggest you watch it on Peacock, unless you know you're going to go to a theater with a full audience. That's the only time I would probably suggest to see this movie. Because the audience made the movie a little bit more fun. Just the experience. Because it was a full theater for me. This was an advanced screening. And so it was full. It was packed. I mean, super packed, which was awesome. It's been a while since I've done that. I think the last one, now a while. The last one I did was Smile. And that was a packed audience, which was great. So this one, packed audience. Fun experience from that aspect. A lot of people that were scared. A lot of people that don't really watch scary movies came and saw this. So you had a lot of audible, moments where people are just really scared. Even though the movie's not scary at all. It just isn't. But this one had some odd story elements to it. I don't want to go into spoilers here. I'm going to do maybe a spoiler video like right after this maybe. But this movie, again, this is spoiler free on this one, but this is a movie that should have started another trilogy or another series of movies. This should not have been the last movie in this trilogy. The story itself was very intriguing, though. I was kind of into what they were trying to do here, but there's no payoff. And again, I'll go into more detail on the spoiler review, but it's pretty much kind of showing from the more or less kind of like how it ended in Halloween Kills. You had the town of Haddonfield. They were looking for a crazy maniac. They're looking for Michael Myers, but they're eventually more or less chasing somebody else they think is Michael Myers, that was actually pretty dumb. But in this movie, they kind of go off the rails a little bit and they cause some other issues. I don't want to go into spoilers. It's hard because it's so different. I'll say this. What you see in the trailer, you do get that in this movie. The final showdown between Michael Myers and Laurie Strode, it happens in this film, but it's very short. Don't think you're coming into this and like a half of the movie is going to be them fighting. It's not. It's that scene in the kitchen and it starts and it ends there. That's pretty much it. So they got you. They got you there. There's a whole other side story that's happening in this movie that they do not show in the trailers at all. For one, Michael Myers is not really in this movie. He's barely in the movie. Outside of what you see in the trailers, if you haven't seen the movie yet. He is not in the movie that much. Laurie Strode is sprinkled throughout the movie. But the movie really mostly focuses on her granddaughter Allison and then this other new character who's brought in. And it's mostly their film. It's mostly their movie. But it would have worked if they did that in a new trilogy or a new start to the franchise. That's where it would have made sense. And so it felt rushed in this scenario. It felt very rushed. Allison and this boy's relationship feels very rushed. It felt like there were some things that happened off screen and then we kind of come in to the middle of it. But when we see them, their first meeting, but it feels like they've met before and they've known each other. And Allison even has a conversation with this boy. They're like, I know what you went through. I understand. Like, we need to be together. But it was just so weird and so rushed. And so I couldn't connect to that. I couldn't connect to their characters there. It felt like Allison was being very reckless in the things she was doing, the decisions she's making. Where in the first film and Halloween Kills, she was more level-headed. Like, she was one of the most level-headed of, Laurie Strode and then her mom even. And in this movie, she feels like a totally different character. So that was kind of weird too. I know it's been like 3-4 years since, Halloween Kills when this movie starts. Which I thought that having that time frame change was nice because you could have this other event that happens that kind of springs everything else into action, which was fine. And the movie starts very well. Movie starts very, very well. And it starts and then you wait for like literally almost an hour before things start to ramp up again. And that was really unfortunate and really disappointing because the movie, it ends okay. But I still feel like there was a missed opportunity with how they could have ended this story with what they did in Halloween Kills for sure, going into this movie. So yeah, there was a lot that I desired to see and was hoping would happen in this movie, and it just didn't. And it was a little bit frustrating. Like, I left the movie and I was just kind of bummed. I was kind of like, all right, it's over. It's done. Halloween has ended. And again, I think the writers and again, the director, they're brave for what they did here. It definitely is something that subverts expectation if you don't know what you're about to watch. If you only watch the trailers, you're going to go into this pretty fresh. The trailer gives nothing away. I will say that. The trailer really does not give anything away. So that part I actually do like. The trailers for this were great because once you go in here, the movie is completely different. Whether you like it or not, really dependent on how connected you are to these characters and what you think of this version of Laurie Strode. Because again, this isn't the Laurie Strode that's related to Michael Myers. Like they're not related at all, which makes it weird that he continues to kind of go after or she goes after him. It's just that part's kind of weird. Like the whole dynamic there is just very different in this trilogy. So I like some of the aspects that they did here. But I liked Halloween Kills more. I think the kills are more inventive. They're more creative. They're more fun to watch. This one is just a lot of just regular kills, like stuff you would expect to see from like, the 1978 Halloween film. Just really basic. There's maybe one or two in there that are like, oh, wow. Okay. Like I won't give anything away, but in the beginning, there's a good one in there. It's very shocking. So it's like that gets you ramped up. But then again, you wait like an hour before things kind of get ramped up again. And so it's just disappointing. I was expecting more from this one. So yeah. The one other piece is that everyone that does get killed in this one, you hate. You hate everybody that gets killed and you're happy that they die. So it didn't have any moments where you're like, oh no, like no, these are like innocent people. Like I hope they're okay, or I hope they get out of this alive. And then Michael kills them and you feel bad. This one, everybody that died, they either did something right before they died where you're like, yeah, they were a jerk. Let them die. Or they're just, right when we're introduced to them, douchebags. And so that part it's a little bit odd that they went that route because everybody that died, you already hate. So it was odd. It was just weird. But those are my spoiler-free thoughts on Halloween Ends. I want to go into more pieces here, but I got to do it in a spoiler video because it's just, there's a lot. No, I won't say there's a lot. No, yeah, there's a lot. And if I say it here, it's going to give so much away. So again, I suggest you watch it on Peacock. If you want to see it in theater, make sure that it is a full theater that you're going to go to have a good experience. I think if you go to a theater that doesn't have that many people in it, you might as well have just watched it at home. You're not going to have the same experience. I don't think. That's just me. So let me know your thoughts. If you have watched it, in the comments below, what did you think of Halloween Ends? If you haven't seen it, let me know if you're going to go check it out or if you're going to watch it on Peacock or if you're not going to watch it at all. You guys saw the poll that I put out if you're going to watch it on Peacock or in theaters, and most people were saying Peacock, and then I was getting a lot of comments of people saying they're not going to watch it at all. So I get it. It's all good. But let me know your thoughts on this movie in the comments below. I always look forward to what you guys have to say. Members, subscribers, watchers, appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. If you're a watcher and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button now. You will not be disappointed. Also, everybody hit that like button. Helps out the channel in a big way. I'd really appreciate it. That's all I got for you guys on this one. Look out for the spoiler review so I can go into a little bit more detail a little bit later, and I will see you guys there. Take care.